No, Mom, I've got a midterm today. Is Ryan Tapia your fastest player? In a 40-yard dash or a 100-yard dash?
You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing Garrett Hampson is.
Interesting.
I'm hearing foot race, Garrett Hampson, Wes Rogers. You got to put Tap in the conversation. You know, if we had, you know, is there such thing as a 100-yard dash anymore? Or is that out? Is it 100 meters? What do we got?
Yeah, that's why Davey Collins retired, has the 100-dash record in South Dakota
Yeah.
still.
I don't think that's a race anymore, isn't it? Is it a straight
Right,
100?
that's why he'll have the record.
Yeah. So I don't know whether these guys are Houston McTeer, but it's a good one, isn't it?
Big ball.
Houston McTeer?
The ball.
But Tap's in there. But I'm hearing Hampson might be the fastest player in the organization.
Interesting. For Rymel, is it? What's the key to translating speed, raw speed, into base speed in Philly? Because it's not necessarily connected.
Right. No doubt about it. I think there's a number of factors. Lead comes into play. Jump, probably the biggest, the biggest variable to successful base stealers. Do guys with speed get good jumps? There's an instinct to it. I think you have to have the mindset that I am a base stealer. I want to steal. All the good base stealers want to run. They're not hesitant. They're not tentative. They have no fear of either being picked off or thrown out. They don't want that feeling of I look bad. You can't care, but that should never enter a base stealer's mind. So that's what Rymel has to possess, or any base stealer, whether it's Dahl, whether it's Trevor, Charlie, whether it's some other guys on our roster or guys here in camp. You got to have that mindset.
It's different, like you said. I mean, DJ can surprise. I mean, he can
Sure.
steal a base.
Yeah.
He works a lot on surprise, I think.
Yeah, there's the surprise element. It's got to be the pitcher. That's probably more the pitcher side of it. The pitcher being slow to the plate, pitcher not paying attention. The infielder's not paying attention. With a late break covering. So that's those are the type of stolen bases that Nolan gets, that DJ gets.
Yeah.
That some of the guys that might have not the foot speed of a base stealer, but they're still able to. Todd Frazier comes to mind. I mean, Goldschmidt, for a big guy, gets stolen bases because he's instinctual. He studies pitchers. He studies their moves. He studies their tendencies. Good first base coaches have those skills to pick something up from what a pitcher does when he's going to the plate as opposed to when he picks to first. All these little subtleties that I'd like to tell you about, but I won't because, they're sort of in-house knowledge.
Yeah.
But, teams are doing these things.
So, but for somebody like Rymel, could maybe some of his sort of struggles, stealing bases, if they are struggles,
Right.
Be that he maybe can't work on surprise. I mean,
He'll never work on surprise because they know that he's fast. Yeah. In a scouting report, a team will say who are the Colorado base stealers, who has their speed, and he's one of the guys listed. They pay attention to him.
Knowing counts and things would probably be helpful. Does that translate?
Just everything. I mean, counts, score of the game, the pitcher-catcher combination. Yeah, there's a lot of factors. And he's learning you learn these things through the minor league system, but you still learn them when you get to the big leagues because the big leagues, catchers are better, pitchers have better moves. There's more intelligence. There's more intel. By that, intel as opposed to like intelligence, but. So, these are the things that you learn.
How many of your guys run on their own?
We have a lot of fellows that have the green light. You know, I trust the fact that they know certain situations, know the game. We have a number of guys who have the green light. I will put the red light on. I'll put this. You know, you're not running on this pitch. You're not running in this at bat. But you'll find that there's some guys who really can thrive off that freedom. And there's also other guys that don't, who have speed, and then you have to tell them via a sign that you're going on this pitch. And there's guys who thrive on that. Sort of takes the pressure off them a little bit, that, hey, the manager wants me to go, so I'm going to steal. If they get thrown out, it's, you know, hey, I just did what I was asked to do. So it works both ways. You got to have, but ideally what you like is the guys who have that desire to run. That's what you want.
Will you run a lot this year?
Depends on the roster construction. It's going to depend on the score of the game. There's a lot of factors. Do we want to run? Yes. Are we going to have the makeup of our 12-man position player group to run? Yeah. But I would hope to see Trevor run more. I think that's part of his motivation this season. One of his goals is to steal more bases. You know, I think Desmond. Desmond had a rough year physically with the broken hand. Then he came back, and there were some 2 calf pulls. That sort of took the running element out of his game a little bit. If he's healthy, he's a base stealer. And then we'll see who else who makes the team.
Were you hurt last year by so few stolen bases? You still scored.
I don't know whether. No, I think we didn't we lead the league in runs scored? So. No, I mean, you look at the roster construction, right? Reynolds, Cargo, DJ, Nolan, Garneau, Tony, Para. I mean, out of base. So you do with your personnel,
yeah.
Right? I mean, personnel.
How many of those guys do you think were high on scouts lists as base running threats that the pitcher has to be?
Trevor, keep an eye on Charlie. Of the guys who got most of our at bats. I mean, when Tapia played, of course.
Yeah.
When Ian was in there, which was 90-something games. Yeah, I got to keep an eye on Desmond. He's a base stealer. Charlie stole a number of bases a couple of years ago. I think he's on the list. Amarista probably on the list. Make Valleca stop. There's some, yeah. I mean, did we have we probably didn't. Our list was probably a little bit shorter than some clubs, and maybe a guy or two longer than other clubs.
Did Story surprise you when he came over here? How fast he is?
Yeah, I didn't really see that. He can run.
Yeah.
He can run. That surprised me, his foot speed. I'd heard it. When going over our players, our guy said, yeah, he can run.
Body,
Yeah.
He looks like a bigger guy.
Right. And a guy that hits 27 homers and has some power, and you don't think that's a runner, but he can run and he can steal and he wants to steal. So that's a good thing.
How challenging is the position that Desmond finds himself in? I mean, he's like, you don't know if he's your first baseman or left fielder or utility guy.
It's tough. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, that's that's where the mental strength of a player comes into play. Where he's the spring training, his attention has to be divided a little bit, but I think that at the end of all this, I think Ian knows who he is. He knows his game, and that's part of the reason why. A big part of the reason why he signed here and why we signed him was that versatility, and how that relates to what's best for the team. And Ian's a team guy, and Ian just wants to win, and whatever it takes, he's on board.
Does Steve McMahon have early success in spring?
Early success statistically, is that what you're talking about, Owen? Okay.
Does that shift Ian's emphasis at all?
No, I think it's great for Ryan to, get off to a nice start with some base hits. It's much better than the alternative, right? For the player. Now his challenge is to continue to have good at bats and hit the ball hard. Make plays at first that you should make. He's being critically evaluated, and he's doing a nice job.
Hugh Darvish got scratched. Are you bummed?
Yeah, I am. I'm bummed. I wanted to see him. I wanted to see the split. I wanted to see the velocity.
It does help to see. Okay, right.
Yeah, it does.
Even
Sure.
late spring.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You like to see. Yeah. There's a component of this. I like seeing good players.
Yeah.
It's all of us like to see this. Yeah. I realize I really do. Seriously, we think about, the Rockies and what we need to do, in these situations. But, I don't know what's going on, the extent of it. I know that, from, my relationship with Joe and knowing, the managerial position, you just hope hope it's nothing serious.
Carlos Estevez.
Getting better, making strides. Again, I think he's going to throw it. He's going to play catch today, which is a step in the right direction. So he's making progress.
John Gray, he does a lot of stuff off the field, a lot of charitable organizations that he's involved
As
with.
do a lot of fellas.
And so obviously that speaks to his character, but do you think that plays any part in like a leadership quality that he has in the clubhouse?
Well, I think it's part of it. I think it's growth for John. I think it's some maturity that he's taken on these things. He and his wife, and who have whatever support groups around him to get out there. I think it's it shows a little bit about the the heart of the person and the empathy and the compassion to that all of us in this position and players especially they're who they are in their in this world of professional sports. I think it's a great thing.
Tyler Anderson said that he has like power hair with it, and it adds like
He has
a little
what?
bit power hair, and adds a little
Power hair?
Yeah, with
Okay.
the length of his hair and everything.
With John, not with Tyler.
With John, yes. Sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, Tyler's got short hair.
Yeah. But about like John Gray's hair, what is it? And the appearance that he had. Like he said that he had to have a clean cut through the minor leagues, and then when he got here, he could grow it out. What's your policy on that? And like, do you think it's okay with everything?
Yeah, I think there's. I can't believe I'm answering questions about hair in a professional baseball setting, but I guess that's part of it, right? Got to answer them all. I think that individual expression or individual appearance is individual, and I'm okay with in the vast majority of cases, I'm okay with it. If I think there's something that interferes with a player's performance as far as appearance. And that could be even how they wear their uniform or their hair or whatever. I'll have a discussion with that player and sort of express my opinion.
Great
Okay.
question. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, you got
Is
it.
that part of the scouting report?
Yeah, power hair, yeah.